Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen, and this week we are doing another movie review. This is Happy Death Day. Produced by Blumhouse Productions. Distributed by Universal Pictures, directed by Christopher Landon. The film stars Jessica Rothe as Tree Geldman, Israel Broussard as Carter Davis, and Ruby Modine as Laurie Spengler. So the film is, I'm not going to say it's the most original film ever made. I mean, if you're looking for refreshing originality, something that's never been done in horror, you're not going to find it here. But what you will find is a fun, modern day kind of slasher with PG-13 aspect, so it's not too heavy duty with blood and guts and gore. But there are some nice throwbacks to the 80s slasher and the 90s slasher, like Scream, you know, that self-awareness that Scream had, you know. And there's some really nice nods to classic horror films, like I caught a direct nod to Halloween 2 from 1981. I really enjoyed that. What I will say, though, is there is an absolutely knockout performance by Jessica Rothe, and I feel like she's going to be a real force to be reckoned with in the film. Yeah, she's getting her start now in horror with Happy Death Day, and then there's Happy Death Day to You, which just came out this year, the sequel. But I know she's probably going to go on to much bigger things and heavy dramas and, you know, big-time actress stuff. I can definitely see that because she's got the full range of emotions, and she shows them all in this film. Happiness, sadness, bitchiness, you know, attitude, being scared, the fear, you know, and just an awesome range of emotions and acting ability she showcases in this film, and I really enjoy it. So that's what's to love about this film. Like I said, it's not the most original film. A lot of it is like the typical modern horror film, but yeah, there's the nice nods to the 80s slashers. Like, this is definitely like a whodunit style thriller slasher. In the vein of the 80s, but there's definitely that, like I said, this self-awareness of like a Scream or films like that, and definitely the modern slasher film, as well as a huge amount of it they owe to Groundhog Day, starring Bill Murray from the 1980s, and of course there was a Twilight Zone episode very similar to that as well. So yeah, they owe a big nod to Groundhog Day, and this movie is basically Groundhog Day if it was a horror film. You know, Groundhog Day meets the slasher film of the 80s and 90s, you know, that would be the perfect description for it. So there are multiple classic slasher weapons used in this film: the knife, the hammer, the axe, baseball bat. So what happens is our heroine, Tree, who is in college at the sorority house. You know, we've never seen that in a horror film before. Sorority house is such a popular setting for slasher film. Now, because this film is PG-13, we don't get too much gore in the way of blood and guts, you know. But there are a few nice death scenes, you know. And it does definitely push the envelope for what a PG-13 movie is supposed to be. It's right on the edge, you know. It could almost be a light R, you know. Because it does have some nice scary moments. And does have some blood, you know. And so, the film stars Jessica Rothe as Tree Geldman, and like I said, she's in college, staying in the sorority house with the sorority sisters, Laurie and Danielle. And Danielle has, when you first meet her, she has She goes like this. She's got the perfect Jillian Michaels stomach, you know, ripped to shreds, you know. It's like so obvious when she shows it off, like she's so ridiculously fit. And of course, Jessica Rothe is a very attractive young lady as well. And her buddy Laurie Spengler is like her best friend. So what happens is she ends up dying right in the beginning. She gets killed by this mysterious slasher killer with this like baby-like mask. Actually, I think it's a Cupid mask, but it's like the symbol of their school football team. And it's really creepy looking, and I like that. It's a really cool design. It looks like kind of a baby, or like, you know, or like Cupid, you know. And yeah, kind of a nod to that movie Valentine from the 2000s. Like I said, this definitely pays nods to the 80s slashers, the 90s slashers, and the 2000s slashers. So that's what I really enjoy about it. It's a lot of fun when you see those nods to the classics, you know. Plus, this film has some nice fun of its own. There's a lot of fun to be had in this movie. Like it says on the DVD box, the perfect date night horror movie, and I would agree with that, because this is a great film to bring your date on and just to have a great time, be a little scared, and, you know, make out a little bit. Have her hold on to you tight, you know. But yeah, this is a fun horror film. I wouldn't take it too serious, but I would take Jessica Roth's performance very seriously, because she's just absolutely fantastic. One of the best performances I have seen in a horror film. I dare say that. One of the best performances I've seen in a long time in a horror film. So with that being said, so Jessica gets killed by this mysterious slasher killer, you know, in all black, and all you see is the mask, you know. That you cannot make any distinction of who it could possibly be. It could be a girl, it could be a guy, it could be anything, it could be anyone. So there's that air of mystery about it, and that's enjoyable. I always like that kind of slasher, like in the early 80s. That's my favorite style of slasher, that whodunit, when you're always wondering who it could be, and there's several nods to who it could possibly be. Because she's got a lot going on in her life. She's very popular in school, so she knows a lot of people, and there's a lot of characters that maybe could have it out for her, maybe have this. There's definitely some characters that would have straight up motive to kill her, you know, because she, I hate to say, kind of promiscuous, so she's dating a lot of different guys, you know. And she drinks quite heavily, which is, you know, standard for, you know, college kid. Come on, of course you're going to drink heavily. That's what you do in college. And she ends up getting drunk and making out with this one dude who you see her with right at the beginning. She's just sleeping in his bed. She doesn't even know how she got there, you know, what happened. And he seems like a real nice guy. And then there's this guy, and then apparently during the party at some point she made out with her best friend's boyfriend right in front of her, you know. So she has motive, and she's also having an affair with her teacher. So, and then we see, we do meet up with his wife at one point, and his wife sees her in the classroom with him alone, and it's like, she's definitely got motive. There you go. So there's a lot of people that could have motive. There's even, we even see on the news that there is a serial killer out there, and he's being treated at the local hospital. That's motive too. It could be a random kill by this serial killer who's on the loose, you know. So yeah, I like that. There's a lot of nods to a lot of people with motive that it could be. So I really like that aspect of it. Like I said, it's nothing new. We've seen this before plenty of times in the early 80s slasher movies, and movies long before that, you know. the classic mystery thriller, you know. So as the film goes on, when she dies finally, she ends up reliving the same exact day. She wakes up again in the random kid's room, and you know, all the same stuff happens again. She sees a dude pass out from one of the fraternity hazings. It's kind of funny, every time she goes through the same dream, the guy falls every time. At one point she puts a pillow underneath him. It's just funny, you see the same you see that one Asian dude who's like, "Damn dude, did you hit that fine vagina or what?" You know, it's like he's only in this movie to say that line, you know. And he says it over and over, but it's just kind of funny. Eventually she finds different ways. I think she slaps him at one point, but it's kind of funny as the movie goes on. At first she just doesn't know what to do. She's like, "Oh my god, what is happening? I'm seeing the same damn thing every single day. I'm going through the same events." And after a while she just gets used to it. She gets so used to it that she just does whatever she wants because she knows she's going to die. At one point, she walks out of her school buck-ass naked, you know, just strolling along. Everyone's like, "What the hell?" You know, and this dude's drooling. And so after a while, she kind of has fun with it. She knows she's going to die, so she just puts herself right in the killer's hand, you know. Or she see her fighting with the killer, you know, trying different ways to get away from him, but she knows the killer's gonna get her every single time, and he does. So it's just kind of funny seeing the different ways that she dies every time, the different ways that the killer catches up with her every single time, no matter what she does, you know. So after a while, she starts to decide, you know, I need to find out who the heck this killer is, you know. So then it becomes about her trying to track down different clues and look at certain people that might have motive to kill her, you know, and it becomes like she starts investigating it. It becomes very interesting, you know. And like I said, she does a fantastic job, Jessica Rothe, so I highly recommend seeing this movie because of her performance. Her performance just elevates the film that much more, you know. If it wasn't for her, this might be just a standard, average, modern horror, but, you know, with some nice little nods to classic 80s and 90s slashers. But because of her, that makes this film very highly recommendable. And it's just a lot of fun. Like I said, without her, it would be just a fun, nod to the classic old slashers mixed in with some 80s comedies and Groundhog Day and all that. It's funny they even mention Groundhog Day in the film, so it's so obvious that this film is Groundhog Day as a horror film, you know. They even mention it, so it's no secret. And again, there's that self-awareness like the Scream films, you know. But I really enjoy that. So like I said, after a while she starts catching on, you know. She starts investigating, you know. She starts trying to find out what happened, why this is happening to her. And, you know, I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to give away spoilers because I want you guys to see this film. Because it is worthy of seeing. It's worth your time investing in this film. It's at least worth the Redbox rental. Come on, guys. Or if you see it come up on Netflix, definitely check it out because I recommend it. I think it's a solid modern horror film, and I really enjoy it. And like I said, Jessica Rothe gives a 5-star performance. Absolutely love it. So guys, definitely check out Happy Death Day from 2017, directed by Christopher Landon, produced by Blumhouse Productions. It's a Universal Pictures release. And thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared.